Hey guys, it's me again, Ron Williams. Welcome back to the Ron Williams Fitness Channel. We've got fact or fiction questions today that we're excited to answer and do the quiz. So join me right now. Fact or fiction. Now, I want you to listen real close. This says, it is a fact that cardio burns muscle. Now, you tell me, is that fact or fiction? I'm going to give you a second to answer it. Okay, now I'm going to respond to this. Cardio burns muscle. Not necessarily. One thing about cardio is designed for the heart, and it's also designed to help you to burn body fat. Now, if you overdo cardio, absolutely it'll burn muscle. If you take your caloric intake down to a deficit, it's going to burn muscle. But if you're eating properly and you're taking the right supplementation, the cardio should not burn the muscle. That's what you want to move away from. A lot of people think cardio burns muscle, so I'm going to do less cardio. Well, you got to make sure that you're doing what's proper so that cardio won't burn muscle. What's proper? Make sure you're getting enough protein. Make sure you're getting enough carbs. And with your post meals, make sure you're taking your branched chain amino acids so that you can protect that muscle and allow the muscle to continue to grow and slowly decrease that extra body fat that you're carrying. Okay, here we go with number 2, fact or fiction. You can work your abs every single day. Give you a second to answer that. Fact or fiction, yes or no? Okay, now I want to respond to that like this. Many athletes work their abs every single day. If your desire is to see the six-pack, it's not in working the abs every day that's going to cause that to happen. What's going to cause that to happen is decreasing the body fat that's around those already ripped abs. You know, you look at TV and you look at some of the magazines and you see people with ripped abs. You have the same thing. You just got a layer that's covering it. We've got to get rid of that layer. And working the abs through exercising is not going to get rid of that layer. There's some other things like diet, nutrition, cardio is going to help that. But building the abs are very, very important. You can make the abs thicker. But if you have an extra layer of body fat on your abs, the abs will grow and it'll push the fat out that much more, and it'll make your stomach look bigger fatter than what it is because you've got the extra muscle underneath. So if that's your goal, get rid of the layer on the top. Of course, you need a strong core, develop that midsection, but get rid of the extra layer that's on top. Now we're moving on to question number 3. It is, you build muscle with high repetition. Is that true? You build muscle with high repetition. Well, I'm going to give you a second to answer that. Think about it. You build muscle with high repetition. Now, I'm going to answer it like this. Can you build muscle with high repetition? Absolutely. But it's not ideal. The thing about it, if you don't work out at all and you start lifting, regardless if it's high repetition or low repetition, you're putting stress on that muscle, and that muscle is going to respond. But can you build bigger muscle by using lower repetition? I think that it's best to stay between 8 to 12 repetition when you're building muscle. The reason why, when you go less than that, oftentimes you're not concentrating on your form. You're concentrating on just lifting that heavy weight. But if you can control the weight for 8 to 12 repetitions and concentrate on the movement, put the mind in the muscle, I feel like you're going to get the best results from the muscle. But can you build muscle doing high repetition? You can, but you've got to realize this. You work a different energy system. When you are doing an exercise for less than 12 reps, you're working the phosphagen system. When you do an exercise that's above above 30 seconds, you're starting to work the lactic acid system. When you do exercises past 3 minutes, you're starting to work the cardiovascular system. Now, if you're a power lifter and you're working the cardiovascular system, absolutely won't help you. If you're a marathon runner and you work the phosphagen system, it's not going to help you. So you want to make sure you're working the proper energy system to get the results that you're looking for. Okay, let's move on. Here we go. Number 4, you can build muscle without carbs. That's actually funny to me because a thought just ran through my mind, being in the gym, no carbs, trying to lift, becoming lightheaded, and falling over because I have no carbs in the body. Your body absolutely needs carbs. What many people don't realize is the body is made up of 70% water and only 15% protein, and we have about, any given time, the brain itself is a muscle that functions only with the carbs that's flowing through your system. If you don't have any carbs in your system, your brain doesn't function. It does not store glycogen or carbohydrates in its stored state. So you have to have carbohydrates in your system even for the brain to work. So the carbs are very, very necessary. In the muscle itself, you have 1 ounce of glycogen, which is carbs in its stored form, and 3 ounces of fluid to every 1 ounce of glycogen. So if you get rid of the carbs, you get rid of the fluid and the glycogen that the body is made up of. And you lose strength. So the carbohydrates are the energy foods. It's what's going to give you energy to actually do what you're doing. If you don't have the carbs, you will get energy. I'll tell you where. You'll get energy from the muscle. It will actually cannibalize itself and convert protein into glycogen or glucose, and it will get its energy one way or another. So you need those carbohydrates, really important. Okay, here we go, the last question. Fact or fiction? Fat is really a better energy source than carbohydrates. That one is a really, really good one because the majority of Americans have more body fat than what's healthy for us. So in that respect, fat needs to be used, and it needs to be used right away. So I would say the fat that's on our bodies need to be used. Essential fatty acids are very important. It takes the essential fatty acids to help you burn the extra body fat that's on your body, but the body desires carbohydrates as its #1 source for fuel. Carbohydrate is pure energy, and it's ready to be used. Your body will take the path of least resistance. Carbohydrates or sugars are burned in the body much easier than the fat that's on your body or the fat that you take in, but the body will use it as energy. Carbohydrates are short-term energy. Fat is long-term energy, but yet it's still energy. So it'll use both, but it prefers to use the carbohydrates. So that's our fact or fiction for today. I hope you enjoyed that. I really enjoyed the fact or fiction. So if you have any questions that you want to send over as fact or fiction or myths, please send them over. And we really, as I said, really enjoyed this. If you like this video, I want you to subscribe, get everybody that you know involved, and let's build this channel. It's going really, really well, but we want to build it bigger and faster and stronger. God bless you until next time.